Okay, so you want to put these threaded rods on just till about here. Then you want to take your second piece, and I put it on an angle here just so it's easier to align all of these rods because they're all over the place right now. And you just want to line them up with their spaces. This might take a while, and what you want to do is you want to be careful because some of these nuts need to go in a certain slot. So hey, this nut needs to go into this slot right here, so you may need to loosen or tighten these nuts to get the right fit. There we go. Now just I just want to lower these there we go. So you just want to slowly pinch it down until you can get the other side in. Before we put the last 4 nuts on this side, we'll measure, just because it'll be easier to measure now. So we'll bring back our top half and just line up. See how it doesn't line up on this side? So we're gonna have to move this until it fits nice and snug. So that's pretty good. What we'll do is we'll just tighten up as best as you can. This side. Put on a couple of nuts just to secure this side. Okay, that should be good. Now you can carefully release that. Try not to break anything. Put this side on again carefully. There we go. We will tighten these up. And that weird noise you're hearing is just the nut touching the zip tie up here. So you can kind of imagine how much of a nightmare it would have been to put the zip ties on now with this bolt in the way. Or not, sorry. So we'll just tighten that. And the last side. Last nut. There. So it's still very loose. So we can tighten that up a little if you want. You don't have to, we can always do this later. But you just want it enough where it doesn't move by itself. Or until you can't really hear much rattling. So if I don't really hear any rattling, it's just wires moving around. There we go. So now the base is looking more like a base. What we'll do now is we'll attach the pieces for the motor shafts. So this has a kind of a grooved surface, and this will grip the belt. This one. So you can hear it's gripping it. So this goes here. These two go here. And what these are is they're adapters for the smaller rods. So these rods will go like this. So there's no way you can attach this directly, so you would have to use this. So that's what this is for. So it goes in one side and just like this. And that moves it up and down. And they also flex a little. I don't know if you can see that, but these flex a little. So it provides a little more of a cushion if it's gonna wobble a little. So we'll put these side ones on first, and then we'll put the center one on. So let's do this side first. So there's screws, there's 4 screws. So you want to line up one screw for the shaft with the flat side of the shaft. If there is no flat side of the shaft, like these two end ones here don't have one, but the center one does, then you can just screw it in however you like. Doesn't really matter what height, you just want to make sure that the height on this one, so if this one is right down to the bottom, then you want to make sure this one's like that as well. But like you can use something to level it. So what I do is I'll take like an Allen key, put it there, so now I know that this is level. And then I'll just take my tightening Allen key and just tighten it up. See, now this is level here, and I'll do the same thing with this side. Go. Perfect. So now these two things are attached. And as you can see, because I've soldered them together, so when I move one, the other one will move by itself. Same thing here. Moving this one will move this one, because they're already wired up together. I don't know how that's relevant, but you know, I just thought I'd tell you. So this one here on this shaft here, it's got a flat side, and there's one screw here. So you want to line the screw up with the flat side of the shaft. I mean, there is a spot for another screw, but you don't really need one. You only need one screw. So another thing, the space here for the belt to go, you kind of want to match that up with the bearing. So like that. And then that way the belt will run straight. If you have it up here, then it's not going to line up. The belt will go around this bearing, and then it'll have to jump up here and then jump back down. So you want to make sure it's level, like that. Flush with the flat side of the shaft. And then just tighten. Perfect. So now this spins this way. Okay. So now we put these on, we put this together, and then now we need to just attach some switches, and then we can move on from there.